Alright, let's walk through a complete transthoracic echocardiogram protocol step by step. This protocol is strong enough to get you hired at any echocardiography lab, including research hospitals in 2026 and beyond. Before we even place the probe on a patient, there are a few important things we always do first. The first thing I want you to do is review the previous studies if they exist. This helps you understand what pathology may already be present and what the ordering physician might be looking for. Next, confirm the indication for the exam and review the order so you clearly understand why the study was requested. Finally, enter the patient's information into the system, including patient demographics, height, weight, blood pressure, and sonographer name. Height and weight are especially important because several measurements will later be indexed to body surface area during the exam. Now, we move to the apical window, which provides some of the most important functional information in the entire exam.
Turn on pulse wave Doppler, freeze images to measure E and A velocities, and E wave deceleration time when appropriate. Acquire the Doppler measurements. Mitral annular tissue Doppler, or TDI. Using tissue Doppler imaging, acquire cineloop sweeps at both the septal, aka medial, and lateral mitral annulus. If the location where you're working performs myocardial strain and has an oncology department, I recommend that you first acquire cineloop clips only, without any measurements of the following views. These three apical views provide complete left ventricular wall coverage required for global longitudinal strain analysis. Freeze the images at end systole to measure the left atrial volume using the apical 4 and 2-chamber views. Then proceed directly to Simpson's biplane ejection fraction using those same views.
Now, we rotate the probe clockwise to obtain the parasternal short axis view. Start at the aortic level where we can visualize the aortic valve, the tricuspid valve, the pulmonic valve, and the interatrial septum.
Freeze, trace, and save right atrial measurements at end systole. The normal RA area is less than or equal to 18 centimeters squared. Anything over that is considered an enlarged RA.
Capture the grayscale image and apply color Doppler to assess for turbulence or aortic regurgitation. Then perform pulse wave Doppler of the LVOT to measure LVOT VTI, and continuous wave Doppler across the aortic valve to measure the aortic valve velocities and gradients. Don't forget to subscribe to the Echo Classroom so you don't miss future lessons designed to help you become a stronger sonographer. Thank you for being a subscribing member, and thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.